Hey BookTube, it's Jackie. How's it going? If you're new to me and this is the first time you're seeing this face, hello, what's up? My name's Jackie. I sit on my floor and I talk about books. So I hope that's why you're here, because that's what's going to be happening today. If you're not new to me, thank you for always tuning in and the continued support. I really do appreciate it. So this is kind of my culmination recap of my weekly wrap-ups. I have been kind of slacking on getting these up. So now after this one's up, I will be ready for trying to be on par. And this is actually going to be a dual wrap up of week 10 and week 11. So week 10 was March 3rd through March 9th, and week 11 was March 10th through March 16th. And these are all my reading shenanigans in between. But because I did not do a lot of reading, I actually didn't complete any books during that time. Yeah, I didn't. Like I said, I've been lazy. I've just been lazy. I've been reading. I've just been lazy. I do want to talk about what I progressed in, but I do have a very small book haul, so that will be at the end of the video. So stick around for that. You can see what I've purchased and added to my collection, because even though I've been lazy reading doesn't mean I stopped buying books, because I have a serious fucking problem. I do. So without further ado, grab yourself a drink, have yourself a seat, and let's get talking some books. Okay, so week 10 and week 11, I pretty much worked on the same shit. The same shit. The main one, though, I was focusing on was this bad boy. I almost finished it in week 10 and week 11. I got really, really close, and let me tell you. Okay, so I got to see Mac learn how to dance. That was great. That was awesome, because I did a Venetian waltz for my wedding. Okay, so when I got married, me and my husband, he agreed to, because it was one thing that was really important to me to have a choreographed dance, because I'm not a dancer, but I always love ballroom dancing. I think it's stunning, and I think it's absolutely beautiful, and a Venetian waltz is my favorite. And the deal was he got to pick the wedding song if I got a choreographed dance. So he picked Metallica's Nothing Else Matters. That's our wedding song, and it totally fits us. But it's a long-ass song, but you can do a Venetian waltz to it. So the year before we got married, that whole summer, we took professional dance lessons and learned the Venetian waltz. And while Mac is learning to dance, that was me, okay? My husband picked up fine, because he was in the military. He's the 1, 2, 3. He was able to pick all that shit up super, super easy. But for me, no. It was not easy. I suck. He sucked at it. Luckily, I had a big poofy ball gown dress. So actually, here is a picture of our dance. I'll insert it right here. This is the only photo. We don't have it videoed. But this is one of the photos from our dance. But yeah, so you can see my dress. My feet were hidden, and I'm not gonna lie, I messed it up when we did it. My shoe fell. My shoe fell off. He's like, oh, so we're just gonna sway. And I'm like, yeah, we're just gonna sway. It's cool, it's fine. But it was a good time. It was a memory that I will always hold. It actually became like of our date nights. We would go on Sundays, and then we go out to eat and just kind of like talk about wedding plans and just kind of remind ourselves of like why we're doing this, and kind of get back to each other. And then we did our cinematic wedding countdown, which you guys aren't familiar with that. This is going off a tangent. Sorry, Tillman. You're pretty, but my husband's better. No offense, Christina. Anyway, so we did a cinematic wedding countdown because we're really big into movies, and we would come home and watch it. So that scene with Mac dancing just brought all of that back to me, and I just love that. I love when books remind you of things in your past that you're really proud of, that you're really happy about, and to find that in this book, because there's literally a guy that's taxiderming people. There's a guy who's obsessed with redheads, and I'm oddly turned on and scared all at the same time. I don't understand it. Every time he comes on page, I'm just like, okay, just be cool. I'm like that girl back in the cafeteria, like he's walking by, like just be cool. He's the crazy emo guy. You're just like, but he's so intriguing. You're just like, I can't not look at him. Like it's a train wreck and an archangel at the same fucking time. It's just, what the fuck? He's so torturedly beautiful, and I love him. He's one of my favorite characters, and he shouldn't be at all. My favorite should be Mac and Patrick Tillman. I mean, Patrick fucking Tillman, okay? Like, it's Patrick fucking Tillman. I should be in love, but he's doing stupid shit, and he's not doing what he needs to be doing. He's trying to do good. Okay, he's trying, but he's epically failing. And then Mac, come on, grow a pair, dude. Come on, grow a pair. He's right there. McCoy's right there. Just give it to me. Give it to me. I want it. I want it. I want it. And I have not gotten it. Like, this book, so much stuff happens, but it's all building blocks. Nothing really culminating. There are culminating moments. There are. And I would definitely, in this series, this is the most bridging book that she has written in this series so far that I've read. The first book definitely laid out the concepts, the world. The second one, we got to see more of her really weird techniques and crazy writing techniques that just throw you full loop. And this one, it's more straightforward. We're not getting a lot of tricks and drops and crazy shit, but it's all building and you feel it, because if you read the other two books, which you have to read the other two books, this is the third installment to the Love Letting series. Here's a review of the other two right there. Go ahead, take a look. I love this series, and it was actually Haunt is right there. Here they are right there. Stunning covers. I just, cover of the year, book of the year. Lee, the eyes still haunt me. I'm sorry. You have a permanent place on my shelf. My husband's totally jealous of you. But it's fine. It's fine. It's cool. You can haunt me all you want. So can you, Christina, because you know, girl, any day. Yes. But I love you. Anyway, back to her books, because I love her books. It's just, there's so many layers of building, and you know, because if you're a reader at all, you know the structure. Like, this is the only stereotypical thing I've seen her do, where she is building and you know, and you feel comfortable, like, okay, she's building, but she's not getting, this bitch is edging me within an inch of my life, and I really want to know what's gonna fucking happen. And I don't really think she's gonna give it all to me. I think she's gonna get me right on the cusp, and I'm gonna be looking over the edge, and then she's gonna end the fucking thing. That's what I think she's gonna do, and I'm going to love you and hate you for it. More love on the hate side, because it's a great feeling. But yeah, there's so much stuff going on in this book, but yet it's all just kind of, I don't want to say mundane, because it's not the word for it. Mundane implies boring, not really needed, but bridging. There's a lot of stuff that this is important material for what's to come down the road, but compared to the other installments, it's not as impacting, but it's going to be, because of the way she does her continuity in this book. And I'm just like, okay, all right, okay, all right, I'm here, give it to me, edge me within an inch of my life. I love edging. It's a good time. It's fun, especially if it's Marshall fucking Tillman doing it, or Mac, or even Miller. I'm scared, but I love it. Like, I'm at a point where it's all culminating, and I'm just like, are you gonna do it? Are you? Or are you gonna leave me hanging? Are you gonna leave me hanging on a fifth chord? Are you gonna do it? Are you gonna just not expose me and just give me like a partial exposure? Are you gonna do it? I don't know, but I love it. I love the feeling of this book, and the fact that this story is also giving me those past memories that I've enjoyed and hold on to, and I get to relive again, because I'm seeing similar scenarios with me. I love it. And also, I love the cat. I love him. I love it because I'm a cat person. And so just Marga and her cat. I fucking love it. It's hilarious. It makes me smile. It reminds me of my cat, Mr. Rags, because he was an asshole too. I love it. So here's Mr. Rags. I'll see if I can get a picture digitized. I'll put one up here for you. Here it is. He was my baby. He was my best friend. Mr. Rags Chadwick Tucker. That was his name. Tucker is my maiden name, by the way. Yeah. So definitely, this is a good time, and I'm having a blast with it. It's just, but this is definitely one that I'm just like, oh, don't do this to me. I think she's gonna do it, but I don't know. But I love it. So good time. Still continuing with it. Had a great time, spent 2 weeks reading it slowly. Like I said before in my other episodes, I am reading this very slowly. And if anything looks like I should have known this or mentioned it, I have gone back into these installments to see if I can find the Easter eggs. So there you go. I also continued my audiobook of Empire of the Vampire by Jay Kristoff. I am rereading this because the sequel came out this month and I'm having a super, super fun time with it. The audiobook is being done by Damian Lynch. This is the first installment to the Empire of the Vampire series. It's a high dark fantasy by Jay Kristoff, who is more famously for his Assassins series. I don't remember what that series is called off the top of my head. Nevernight Chronicles, I think. A lot of people know him from that. But this was my first experience in Jay Kristoff, and I loved it. This was actually my book of the year of 2022. So book of the year 2022, book of the year 2023. Are we seeing a theme here? Sorry, hold on. I gotta get the good picture. So yeah, like, are we seeing something? Are we seeing a theme here? Like, yeah, I like them thick. I like them thick. What can I say? I like them. I like them thick, guys. But, yeah, so I am having a blast with this because I loved reading this book. I physically loved the reading experience. So this time I wanted to do the audio just to see if I enjoyed it as much, and I enjoy it just as much. If, I wouldn't say more, because there are points where I'm just kind of like, I don't like his accent in this one. But he does have the French accent going on quite well. And some of the words I'm just like, I forgot that was in French. Shit. I forgot. I didn't know what that meant. Now I gotta think about it. But it is nice to hear the romanticized language, but then I hear Gabriel De Leon's voice and the character that Damian Lynch is giving Gabriel. And I'm just like, yes, sir. Can I have another? Yes. He's so snarky. He's so asshole-ish. I eat that shit up. I have a problem because I like the assholes. I love snarky, mean motherfuckers, and he's perfect. Okay, he's perfect at it. But it is a long audiobook, and I listen to my audiobooks on one speed. I do not speed them up because some books I can, but I am listening to this on one, so it's taking me a while, but I'm still enjoying it. There are points where the audiobook is not conducive, so I have been following along in the audiobook with the physical book, especially the action-packed sequences. That is kind of like, that's always been kind of weird for me in audiobooks to begin with. Romance books, not so much, but like fantasy books, yeah, the action is just kind of like, I gotta go over that again. So that's the only part that's kind of like, for me, but other than that, I am just loving this. I'm falling in love with the world all over again. I'm being reminded of why I love this book and why vampires are my favorite. I actually asked my husband the other night, I said, if you could be a werewolf or a vampire, what would you be? And because we were watching Wolfman, and good movie, by the way. Good movie. And he's like, I'd be a werewolf. I'm like, I would totally be a vampire. Vampires are cool as shit. As long as they don't fucking sparkle. They're cool. And he's like, well, that whole not going outside into the sun is bullshit. I'm like, have you seen me? Okay? Have you seen the paleness that is Jackie? Okay, my daughter one time held up a piece of copy paper to me, and I was whiter than the copy paper. Okay, I am white, so not going out in the sun is okay with me sometimes. But I would miss my deck time. I would have to figure out something to do with that because I would miss my deck time a lot. But yeah, vampires are cool shit. They're my favorite. I love them. The whole blood thing has always been intriguing to me. Because also red's my favorite color, obviously. So thank you. Yeah. Anyway, but I'm having a great time with this. I definitely progressed more into it, but I'm still not done with it at the time from week 10 and week 11. I'm still working on it. So more to come on that, but great experience with it. If you are debating on checking out this book, physically reading it or audio, I would recommend reading it physically first, just because of so much detail and world building that's going in. I feel like you absorb more when you read, but if that's not your type of person, if you're more an oratory person, the audiobook works just as well. But for me, I have to physically read and then listen. So yeah, definitely having a great time. Now, week 11, I did start, was it week 11? No. Haha. It was week 12. So, hold on. We're going to go straight to the book haul. I'm trying to keep it organized, guys. Trying. So, that is what I read for week 10 and week 11. That's what I worked on. And now this is the portion of the book haul. So, let's talk about the books that I have recently purchased. So the first one, which I did end up starting in week 12, so you'll see it in my week 12 wrap up, me talking about it, was Gravebriar by Casey L. Bond. This is the Black Hat Book Coven book of the month for March. It is a YA witchy book, and it says sometimes witches hunt their own. So this is like a witch hunter with a witch kind of romance love story, YA, gonna be angsty, but I'm liking it. What I started of it, I did really enjoy of it. And so far, one of my book club members, Coven members, has already DNF'd the book, so I'm a little upset about that one. I'm like, no, but I like this. I'm having a good time with it, especially for it being YA, but I'm not very far into it, so we'll see how much I can tolerate the angst. However, I wanna show you this. So we had some reading sprints on March 17th, and that's when I started this book. And I took the cover off of this book, and look at this. This is the normal edition. This is not a specialty edition. This is just the normal. So the front cover, the dust jacket, you know, stunning, got the little stuff on the side. But when you take the dust jacket off, look at this. Beautiful. Did not see that one, and it has a whole image. So here you go. So you got to see me actually like uncover this in that reading sprint, which I will link up here so you guys go check it out and do some reread reading sprints if you like with us. It's I sometimes do that. I don't know if you guys do, but I do. It's kind of fun. But yeah, this was stunning. So I like have no problem not having this on the book sometimes because I have this gorgeous cover. It kind of looks like a circus sort of theme, but we haven't, where I'm at, I've not seen any circus style elements, but I'm definitely intrigued, and I'm so far having a good time with it. So I'm definitely enjoying it, but I'll talk more about it in my week 12 weekly wrap up, because then I'll have those notes up and I can tell you everything that I know about it. So some of the next books I picked up, this was on my most anticipated reads list of 2024. I will link that video here in the down box below. These are books that are, this is the first half of the year. I will be doing a second half of the year release video soon. You'll see it. I think I've scheduled it to go in May because that's when I ended my original release video. So, but this was one of them, and this is Catherine Arden's Warm Hands of Ghosts. This, Catherine Arden is the author of the Bear and the Nightingale trilogy, which is really super popular. Hold on, sorry, there's a glare. There you go. And I have not read that, okay? I have not read it. I don't know any of her writing style, but this seemed really, really interesting to me, and I was really excited about it. So let me read you this. During the Great War, a combat nurse searches for her brother, believed dead in the trenches despite eerie signs that suggest otherwise, in this hauntingly beautiful historical novel with a speculative twist from the New York Times bestselling author of The Bear and the Nightingale. January 1918, Laura Ivan was a revered field nurse until she was wounded and discharged from the medical corps, leaving behind a brother still fighting in Flanders. Now home in Halifax, Canada, Laura receives a word of Freddie's death in combat, along with his personal effects, but something doesn't quite make sense. Determined to uncover the truth, Laura returns to Belgium as a volunteer at a private hospital, where she soon hears whispers about haunted trenches and a strange hotelier whose wine gives soldiers the gift of oblivion. Could Freddie have escaped the battlefield only to fall prey to something or someone else? Okay, historical fiction, World War I, ghosties, haunting. The words hauntingly beautiful are huge trigger words for me. Like if you say something's hauntingly beautiful, I'm gonna take a second look. Okay, I love that combo. So I'm super excited about this. Don't know when I'm gonna read it, but I have it. So I at least have one of my anticipated releases in my hands. So I don't really have an excuse other than lazy. So there you go. The next book I picked up was Alicia Thompson's Love in Time of Serial Killers. I've been eyeballing this one for a while. I just love the way this book looks. I think it's super, super cute. I love the iconography on it. And let's be honest, I love serial killer documentaries. Me and my daughter watch them all the time. I also love cop shows, and I love Dexter. So I feel like serial killer romance books will be great. I feel like it's a genre that I should like, and I'm going to like. I mean, I fell in love with Mac, and he's a serial killer. So, yeah, I mean, it's a thing. And I have a weird obsession with a guy who likes to taxidermy people. Yeah. So I'm weird. So I feel like I'm going to enjoy this. And she has another book called The Cold War, I think is what it's called. But I definitely want to pick that one up as well. So I don't know when I'm going to read this, but I think I will enjoy it. All right. And then my other book purchases, I picked up Scarlett St. Clair's Mountains Made of Glass, a fairy tale retelling. She released this in between Game of Gods and Touch of Chaos. This was supposed to be just like a little novella for her newsletter, but it was super popular. So she actually released it in hardback, in a physical copy. So I picked it up, and I believe she's actually continuing this series. So it's gonna be like a little mini novella series. But this is, what fairy tale was it? Let me see. All Galesa's life, her home village of Elk has been cursed, and it isn't a single curse. It's one after another, each to be broken by a villager, each with devastating consequences. When Elk's well goes dry, it's Gisella's turn to save her town by killing the toad that lives at the bottom. Okay, Prince of the Frog. Except the toad is not a toad at all. He's an elven prince under a curse of his own, and upon his death, his brothers come for Gisela, seeking retribution. As punishment, the prince banishes Gisela to live with their seventh brother, the one they call the Beast. Okay, maybe not. Maybe it's a combination. Okay. Gisela expects to be the prisoner of a hideous monster, but the Beast turns out to be exquisitely beautiful, and rather than lock her in the cell, he offers Gisela a deal. If she can guess his true name in 7 days, she can go free. Gisela agrees, but there is a hidden catch. She must speak his name with love in order to free him. But can either of them learn to love in time? I love this bitch. I love her. So I'm gonna have fun with this one, definitely. I think I might use it for like a read along or something, because it is super short compared to all of her books. But she's one of my favorite authors. I have to own everything she writes, so definitely wanted to make sure I picked this up. So when I saw that she'd released it physically, I was very, very excited. So not only do I have it on my Kindle, but now I have a physical copy of it to add to my collection, my Scarlett St. Clair shelf. Speaking of Scarlett St. Clair, you know what else came out this month? Touch of Chaos! The final installment. It's in my hands. It's right here. This is the culmination of the Touch of Darkness series, which is a Hades and Persephone's retelling, which is one of my favorite series of all time. I love a good Hades and Persephone retelling. You all know that. So this is the culmination, but not only is the culmination of the Touch of Darkness series, it is a culmination of the Hades saga, because this bitch took Hades' perspective and Persephone's perspective and put it in the same book. So I don't have to read 2 books to get the story. I get the story all at once. And this is where it all comes to fruition. The war, the battles, Hades, Persephone. Will Hades burn down the world? Will he really burn down the world for her? Because bastard better do it. So excited. I'm just gonna read you this big red part because, I need you, she whispered. You have me, he said. There is no part where you end or I begin. Use me, darling, as you have for your pleasure. There is power in this. Oh my God. I'm so excited. I really thought I would actually get to it this month, but I didn't because I was being lazy and the weather's been really nice. But you know what? I know as soon as I pick this up, I won't put it down. So it's like one of those moments, just like I've waited so long. Let me just enjoy you for while I have it. Oh my God. I might actually cry. I can't cry. I can't. Like, I don't want it to be over. Guys, I don't want it to be over because this series has been so important to me in my life, but the world will burn, and it will burn exquisitely when I read it. So I'm super excited. And the last book I picked up, I think if you know me at all, you guys can guess what it is, but Empire of the Damned by J. Kristoff. I'm not gonna lie to you. So, walk into Barnes & Noble. This is not in the new release section, okay? It's not. It is in the back. It's not even like in the new releases. And I'm like, what the fuck? This is bullshit. Like, I come walking and I'm looking around and I'm seeing Crescent City and I'm seeing a bunch of, spring summery romances. And I'm seeing, I think it's Emily James, and I'm seeing Colleen Hoover, like all these tables of all these, I'm like, where is my book? Where is my fucking book? They are not sold out. And then I turn and I just see this mound of silver and red, and I make a beeline, like I drop my shit, go to it, pick it up, and I do this. And I'm like, it's mine, go away. I turned into Smeagol so fucking fast, it was ridiculous. And my husband just like, oh my God. Elizabeth, we're gonna go away while Jackie has her precious, because it's my precious. I've waited forever for it, and now it's in my hands. Oh my God, I love you. I love this cover. Still think the Waterstone cover is far cooler than the American covers. The European covers are so much better than these, so I will be getting a European edition to add to my collection, but it's here. It's finally here. And see the comparison, okay? I want you to see the comparison. I was very upset when I saw this, but when I felt the pages, they are like Bible thin, so I don't feel bad at all. But this is the illustrated edition as well, and I'm just gonna show you. Oh! I haven't taken the cover off yet. Oh my God. So there's no really images. There's just the simple black, which is nice, but you can kind of, I don't know, can you see there's an embossed, I don't think you can see it. There's an embossed star, the star from Empire of the Vampire, which this book did not have that. It was just plain, but it had the red and black. And so we have black and red now, and it's stunning. But here are the end papers. Oh my God. Look how beautiful. Look. Oh God. It's so, oh God. I love it so much. Oh my God. I love, It's so pretty. Oh my God. I love this. I love the artwork in this book. I love it. I love it so much. I love it. Just stunning artwork. Oh, here's another one. I don't know which one it is. Here, we'll just turn it. Okay, it's the black and white version of one of the pages. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Okay, so I'm going to read the synopsis of this book. If there are spoilers for Empire the Vampire here, I apologize right now, because I have not read it. I've been waiting to do a haul video to do this, so you can see my reactions. Okay, here we go. From the New York Times bestselling author of the Nevernight Chronicles, Jay Kristoff comes with a much-anticipated sequel to the #1 international bestselling sensation, Empire the Vampire. Gabriel de Leon has saved the Holy Grail from death, but his chance to end the endless night is lost. After turning his back on his Silver Saint brothers once and for all, Gabriel and the Grail set out to learn the truth of how Day's breath might finally be undone, or Day's death might be finally undone. But the last Silver Saint faces peril, within and without. Pursued by children of the Forever King, drawn into wars and webs, centuries in the weaving, and ravaging by his own rising bloodlust, Gabriel may not survive to see the truth of the Grail revealed, a truth that may be too awful for any to imagine. Oh, I'm so excited. I am so excited that it's here. It's in my hands, but yes, it's part of my collection now, and I will be reading it soon. We all know this is going to happen. We're all, are you shocked at all? So that is what I've got for you guys today. Nice little quick wrap up of the last 2 weeks, week 10 and week 11, and then the book haul of books I purchased. And I think we're back on track now, so I'll see you very, very soon for my week 12 weekly wrap up. Until then, have fun, guys, and just buy the damn book. Who cares what people think? Buy the book. It's a pretty cover. It's a good story. If it's a serial killer that weirdly turns you on, buy the book. Bye, guys.